Hey everybody, welcome to Vlogmas day number 29. Can you guys believe that it is almost over, that December is almost gone and we're almost into 2022? That's crazy to think that this year has just flew by like this. It's crazy. So I have a swap to open from Melody's Cozy Crochet. I'll link her down below. Go over if you want to see what I've been sending her and check her out. We swapped yarn balls and we are working on a Christmas blanket. That's part of #Friendmas 2021. So for day number 29, the clue says, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. I'm gonna think white. Ooh. Oh, it is so soft. It's a very, very pretty white, like a snowy white. It's very pretty. Oh, look, I got some Rudolph snack mix. Yummy. I sent Melody some of this too. That's so funny. Oh, I got some more Snuggadoos. Look at there. And there's one more thing in here. Oh, it's a scarf with nose on it. Let me put this back up in here so that I don't lose it. So I can show you guys. Look, how cute is that? Just wear it. You know, this is how the cool kids do it. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. Is that how it goes? Thank you so much, Melody. I am definitely going to wear this. I like that a whole lot. It's so cute. Okay, before we move on, I want to answer, I had a few questions about this Instax mini printer that I have. It prints out, oh, where is one? Here's one. Here's a picture of me and Danette many moons ago. It prints out these little, like Polaroids, these little mini Polaroids. I got mine at Target a couple years ago, and I did back in yesterday's Vlogmas. I went and linked a Walmart link and a Target link. So the one at Target, it says Nintendo on it. So I researched it, and I guess that you can print from your Nintendo Switch and, you know, your smart device or whatever. So this one I can't print from the Nintendo Switch, which, you know, I barely even use my Nintendo Switch. It's not been probably charged up in about a year. So yeah, so I got this. I usually order my these big packs of 60 exposures off of Amazon. They're like 30 bucks or so. Sometimes you can find them on sale at Target and Walmart. But yeah, Amazon did have some too if you want to hop over there. But theirs was like bundles. Like it had like a bunch of other stuff, and I didn't know if, you know, I didn't want to link anything like that had all this other stuff that I don't know anything about. I just know mine came just as this printer, and I love it, and I look forward to using it in 2022 in my project journal. So I did bring my blanket upstairs tonight to show you guys. I am still working on this light blue, but I will show you the last time that I talked to you guys, I had done this row. So I've done this row, and then there is another green. Let me see if I can find it. So it was a green ball, and the green ball ran into this turquoise, and now I'm on this blue, and whew, he's big. Let me just tell you guys. And Here is his center. It's my snow globe. So yeah, so I have been having fun, and I thought that today for this Vlogmas that I would do something a little bit different. I see how everybody does these like crocheting chats, and it is super fun. You feel like you're just hanging out, you know, crocheting with, you know, your buddy or whatever. So I thought about doing a new like series, is that what it's called, here at Yarn and Pajamas in the new year, and I thought I would like preview it in Vlogmas, and you guys could tell me if, yeah, no, we'll pass, we don't want to see these, or ooh, this sounds interesting, it could be fun, we'd like to try it out kind of deals. So, you know, guys, I love my murder TV. I love watching the ID channel, the Oxygen channel. I was so excited they brought Homicide for the Holidays back, even if it was just 2 episodes this year. My favorite TV show is See No Evil on the ID channel, aka Murder TV. I love anything true crime, forensic files, cold case files. I love it all. It just, I don't know. And if there's anybody else out there, I mean, I know that you know what I feel. You just love it, and you don't know why you love it. So I thought that I would do a series and call it Hooked on Murder, and it be just, you know, me telling you guys a story about a true murder, or, you know, maybe like a disappearance, or, you know, something in that realm of things. So tonight I thought I would work on my blanket and tell you guys a story that happened here in Indiana. And I first read about it in this book right here. It's called, ooh, like you guys can see, you guys. It's called, let's try to take the shine off. It's not gonna happen, is it? It's called Notorious 92, and it says the most infamous murder from each of Indiana's 92 counties. And it's by Andrew Stoner, and if any copies of this are available, I bought it off of Amazon, but I was on a wait list for years to get this book. If any copies are available, I will put it down below. It's very interesting. Let me see if I can find. I should have went in and bookmarked the one that we're going to talk about tonight. Okay, guys. Well, never mind. It is not even in this book because it happened in Marion County, and that is not the murder that's in this book. So I did used to have another book. It was like Infamous Murders in the state of Indiana. I don't know what happened to that book. I let somebody borrow it and I didn't get it back. So I it must be in that one because I read it in a book somewhere, and then, you know, I kind of researched it after that. So yeah. Okay, hold on just one more second, guys. I got a text message. I got to send somebody something, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, sorry about that. Danette's going to return something for me, and she needed the code thing to return it with, so I had to get that to her real fast. So let's just hop right on into it. So today we're going to talk about a murder that occurred in Speedway, Indiana. So on Friday, November the 17th, 1978, at the Burger Chef in Speedway, Indiana, the entire night work crew vanishes. At first, police don't really pay much mind to it. They think that the young adults and teenagers skipped out with the money and went to go party. By Saturday, the police are starting to think that there's more to the story than what they originally thought. And then on Sunday, when their bodies are found, the police have a quadruple murder on their hands. So the police suspect that this incident occurred between 11 o'clock p.m. and 12 o'clock a.m. on Friday, the 17th. And they have a nice little timeline because that is usually when the Burger Chef would close. So around midnight, one of the co-workers that was off that night stopped by the Burger Chef to just kind of hang out with his buddies or her buddies. I don't know who it was that reported it, but they found the restaurant opened but no one there. So they called the police, and when the police arrived, they found the same thing. No one was there, and the safe was open, and $581 was missing. So the police thought it was just a case of a bunch of young kids going out and partying, and that they would turn up in a day or two. They overlooked the fact that all 4 of their jackets were left behind at the restaurant. The 2 females, their purses were left there as well, and there was still money in their purses. And there was more than $100 in coins left in the register and the safe combined. So the victims of the crime that night were 20-year-old store manager, restaurant manager, Jane Freet. There were 2 16-year-old males, Daniel Davis and Mark Flemond, and 18-year-old Ruth Ann Shelton. So the police did not take any evidence. There were very minimal photographs taken. There wasn't a whole lot of photographic evidence. They even let people come in and clean the restaurant and let it reopen that next morning because they were so sure that these kids had just skipped out with that $581. So by Saturday, they were starting to think that maybe there was more to this than meets the eye. One of the male employees, I believe it was Mark's, car was found abandoned, and it was in an area he didn't frequent, and it was left like open and stuff like that. So on Sunday morning, police received a phone call that 2 hikers had found 4 bodies in the woods of Johnson County, Indiana, which is more than 20 miles away from the Burger Chef. When they arrived, they have found the bodies of Daniel and Ruth Ann, who had been shot to death, the body of Jane, who had been stabbed to death, and the body of Mark, who at first appeared to have been beaten to death. It was later confirmed at autopsy that he had actually choked on his own blood and died that way. So after the bodies were found and the police, admitted that, they had it all wrong, an eyewitness comes forward. It's a 16-year-old kid who said that they had seen that night 2 suspicious white males in their late 30s parked in a car outside the Burger Chef around closing time, and that one of them had a full beard. So that was the only lead that the police had, was this. So the teenager worked with an artist. They got, a sketch, or I believe they actually made like a clay bust out of it. And a few days later, the police did receive a phone call that there was a man bragging about committing the murders in this bar. So they go and they pick this man up, and he adamantly denies that he had anything to do with the murders. They give him a polygraph test and he passes. So he proceeds to tell them and gives them names of this robbery gang that goes around robbing fast food restaurants. So he gets these names, the police do, and they notice that one of these people fits the description of the bearded man that this kid had saw parked outside of the burger chef. So they feel like they are, you know, onto something. So they call him to come in for a lineup. So he shows up for the lineup clean shaven, looks nothing like what he looked like previously. The kid's not able to identify him, and they don't have enough evidence to charge him with this crime or even the crime of the robberies that the other man said that he committed. Excuse me, I had a burp. So now the police are they're stuck. They have nothing. So fast forward a couple years, and in 1984, a detective at the Marion County Sheriff's Office receives a phone call from an offender housed at Pendleton Correctional Facility. His name's Donald Forrester. Forrester has to say that he knows information about this murder and that he would be willing to work with police because he wants to avoid a transfer to a more violent prison. Now, Donald is serving 95 years for rape. So he's got some time to do behind bars. And he wants to do them where, he wants to be at. So he starts talking with the police, and he actually leads the police to the murder site, which is where their bodies were found. And he starts laying things out for them. He admits to being the one to shoot Ruth Ann and Daniel. He says that there's 3 other men that are there that night and that they are responsible for the deaths of Jane and Mark. He starts giving them facts about the case that isn't widely publicized. So now this is a part that I'm confused on, because I don't know if these facts at some point had been released or if they hadn't been released. But he told that Jane had been stabbed and that the knife broke off inside of her and that they had took the handle of the knife with them. And that was confirmed at autopsy. When they done Jane's autopsy, they did find the blade of the knife inside of her. She had been stabbed twice in the chest. So Donald gives the information that Jane's brother owed a large sum of money to a local drug dealer, and that the night that they went to the burger chef, they went there with the intention of just scaring Jane, of maybe hoping that she would just go ahead and pay the money or come hot at her brother and him pay the money. But something went wrong, because Mark came to her aid and a fight ensued, and Mark ended up dead, or they believed that Mark was dead. So they decided that there could be no witnesses to the crime and kidnapped the remaining 3 workers and eliminated them. So about this same time, someone at the sheriff's office leaks to the media that Donald Forrester is working with them on this case. And Forrester clams up. He recants all of the statements that he gave to the police. He claimed that he was coerced into making these statements. And you know, he is in prison for quite some time, and you know, snitches are not looked highly upon in prison. Anyone who works with the police, they are not looked highly upon. So probably with self-preservation, you know, he had to go that route. And in 2006, Donald Forrester died in prison from cancer. He was never charged with the murder of Daniel or Ruth Ann. Even though they did have a little bit of evidence against him, it wasn't enough to proceed with a charge. They spoke with his wife at the time of the murders, and she told them a story about how he took her out to that site where the kids were murdered, and that she waited in the car while he went and picked up shell casings from a gun, and that when he came home, he flushed them down the toilet. So the police did get a search warrant for that property for the septic tank, and they did find 38 caliber shell casings, which was the same caliber that was used to kill Ruth Ann and Daniel. But I don't know if maybe the evidence was too degraded that they couldn't match the bullets or what. He also led them to a place in the river where he threw the gun, but no gun was ever recovered from that site, even though they searched it. Police firmly believe, due to the details that Forrester gave them about the crime scene and the crime, that he was present that night, and that it's more than likely that the 3 people that he named were there as well, but no evidence could be gathered to charge the men. So this crime does remain unsolved to this day. Now in 2008, the community wanted to honor the victims of this crime, and they raised money to build a memorial for the victims in Leonard Park in Speedway, Indiana. They raised money to plant live red oaks with a little plaque to go underneath each one with the name of each victim and a little bit, you know, a little personal tidbit about them. They surpassed their monetary goal within 24 hours. So with the money that they had left over, they commissioned a marble bench to be built to put into the center of this memorial, and had it dedicated to the friends and family of the victims. So the dedication ceremony was in 2008 on November the 10th, and it was 1 week shy of being the 40th anniversary of this tragedy. So, like I said, it is an open investigation. So, you know, if anybody knows anything, you know, contact the Indiana State Police. But it's such a tragedy that 4 young lives ended so violently. It was just so unnecessary. But that was my story for this evening. Did you guys like it? Was it interesting? Is it something that you guys would want to do again? Maybe? Just let me know down below. I got a few stitches done while I was talking. I hope that it was interesting. I found it to be quite interesting to learn. I wish I could have learned more about the kids, but they really were just at the beginning stages of their lives. So, okay. Well, I hope this wasn't too depressing. I didn't even think about that. I mean, Vlogmas is supposed to be happy. Well, let me know what you guys think about this type of series down below, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow in Vlogmas day number 30. Bye.